What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, unified 3-belt, WBC, WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine, welterweight world champion, superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be top 2, if not number 1 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and Errol the True Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. has 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. It looks like Errol Spence is preparing and heading into the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, with him and his biggest rival, an undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO, World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the number 1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Crawford is 38 wins, no losses, no draw, 29 big wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. So it looks like that's on the horizon, right? So shouts out to my brother Boxing Ego. Boxing Ego, he did a video in which Boxing Ego, talked about Errol Spence being spotted training, and he had a hoodie on training in Texas, and it's 115, 120 degree weather in heat, right? And so Boxing Ego did this video, and it garnered people to get in my inbox. The detractors, the Errol Spence detractors, began to flood my inbox and say, look at your boy, Errol Spence Jr., struggling to make weight. He ain't got to wear the sauna suit, but he's wearing hoodies in 120 degree weather because he's struggling to make weight. He's going to struggle to make weight. He's too big. Some people are saying he's too big for the division. Some people are saying, that, he's partying or entertaining himself in between fights, like he used to. And that, now he got to essentially wear, extra clothing to lose weight. And he's doing so, a lot ahead of time, right? With a significant amount of time ahead, because it looks like the fight is going to take place in October or November, and so with this much time, they're saying, why is your boy out here training with hoodies on in 120 degree Texas heat? Well, to this, I'll say this. Errol Spence, he's been honest, and he stated that in the past, prior to suffering a horrific car accident back in October of 2019, after unifying the belts against two-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Showtime Shawn Porter, he stated that he had to take the sport of boxing way more serious than he initially was taking it, right? So he let it be known that, he was enjoying the fruits of his labor in between fights. He was having weight loss camps. He was having, issues with making the weight, but he never missed weight. And he stated that majority of his fights, especially the big fights, the Mikey Garcia, Shawn Porter fight, he stated in those fights, he wasn't 100% himself because he had to have a weight loss camp, right? And so with that said, he stated that after, after he has suffered that car accident, he found a newfound love and respect and appreciation for the sport of boxing, what it awards him, and the lifestyle it helps him, right? Because he's able to feed his family. So he found a newfound respect. So at one point in time, he had a strength and condition coach in Blu-ray Fitness. He stopped using Blu-ray Fitness. I think the last time he used Blu-ray maybe at Carlos Ocampo, Lamont Peterson, around that time. He wasn't using a strength and condition coach at all whatsoever. And so it got to the point where, he felt like, he stated he could be his own nutritionist. He could be his own strength and condition coach, and he wasn't worried about it, right? And as long as he made the weight the day of the weigh-in, that's all he was concerned with. But going into this fight with former WBA welterweight world champion Cuban star boxer Yordenis Ugas, okay, he stated that he hired a nutritionist, right? Again, he said he found a newfound love and respect for the sport of boxing, what it provides him, and you know, he appreciates it, right? So with that said, you know, he let it be known that, you know, he's taking it more serious, and he's you know, making sure that he brings in the necessary team around him to be successful and make weight comfortable. You can see against Yordenis Ugas, he stopped him in the 10th round. You know, he broke his ribs, broke his nose, broke his orbital bone. He dominated Yordenis Ugas, to say the least, right? And he took his WBA title. And so with that said, I don't know why people are concerned with Errol Spence wearing a sweater while he's running. He wants to sweat more. Now, he stated at one point in time he had to wear a sauna suit in training camp. This training camp with Yordenis Ugas, he let it be known, I didn't have to wear a sauna suit. I made the weight comfortably. You know, I'm not trying to stick around this weight, 147. He stated that I'm looking to move up to 154 as soon as possible. So he's not interested in sticking around 147. He wants to stick around simply to fight Terence Crawford. And so I got people in my inbox and they're saying, well, Terence Crawford ain't got to wear no sweater. Terence Crawford ain't got to wear no hoodie in 120-degree weather. Terence Crawford has expressed that he too is interested in moving up, and he's tired of making 147 himself. Terence Crawford, he put up a video with him training, and he runs these stairs up a mountain, right? And he stated that, you know, he wasn't in shape. He said, I got to get, you know, the first video, he was running up the stairs, and he said, I'm not in shape, but got to get there, you know. And Terence Crawford is different from Errol Spence. Everybody's genetics are completely different, okay? Floyd Mayweather used to have to drink Coca-Cola. Floyd Mayweather would eat candy while he's working out, right? Floyd Mayweather would, lose weight and have to eat pancakes, steak, potatoes, eggs, you know, all types of stuff to make sure he sustained the weight, right? That's who Floyd Mayweather was, his genetics, okay? And then you have other guys that struggle to make weight, right? No matter, look at Sean Porter. Sean Porter, nobody confuses him or accuses Sean Porter of enjoying the fruits of his labor far too much in between fights and label Sean Porter, you know, undisciplined. But twice we saw Sean Porter have to strip down. One time we even saw Sean Porter, who's, how many people you can say is committed to the sport of boxing like Sean Porter? This dude is always training. He stated that his father trainer manager, Kenny Porter, let him be known that, you know, you got to stay in a certain weight range, you know, in order to, you know, consistently and comfortably make the weight. This is what he stated, right? Kenny Porter used to tell Sean Porter this, right? And so with that said, we saw Sean Porter get to the point where Sean Porter had to cut his hair off to make weight on the scale. Sean Porter, a man that's, you can't find a man that's more committed to the sport of boxing, who trains harder. Sean Porter ain't partying. You ain't never seen Sean Porter out partying or hanging out or enjoying the fruits of his labor in between fights. Actually, Sean Porter get accused of not enjoying the fruits of his labor enough. And people like Adrian Broner, when he's fighting Adrian Broner, Adrian Broner, 4-division world champion, superstar boxer, Adrian Broner was saying his father Kenny is controlling everything. He gives Sean Porter allowance. Sean Porter can't even buy this. He ain't got his own house. He lived with his daddy. Right? And people was complaining about that. Hey, man, Sean Porter needs to, you know, be able to enjoy the fruits of his labor. So he got accused of the opposite. All he did was train and stay in shape. And yet Sean Porter on the scale had to cut his hair to make weight. There's other times, 2 other times, 3 times I saw Sean Porter have to strip down. All the weight, underwears, everything off. Put the towel up to make weight. I ain't never seen Errol Spence have to go through all that. And he's naturally a bigger guy than Sean Porter. So everybody's genetics is different. At the end of the day, Is Errol Spence going to be too weight drained to fight and beat Terence Crawford? I doubt it. Yeah, Terence Crawford is always in shape. 24/7, 365. Period. Period. Point blank and period. So it ain't going to matter. At the end of the day, just be happy we're getting the biggest fight in the sport of boxing since September 16th of 1981, when we had two legends, Hall of Fame iconic superstars Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns fight for Undisputed. Now, it was only a 2-belt era, WBC and WBA, but it was an iconic time. That's 41, 42 years ago. Enjoy what we have at hand. Stop nitpicking. Period. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for you. Peace.